Yo, what's good? It's Been Fire here, back on the video, and today we're going to be hopping into another defense in college football 25. Today we're going to be running some defense out of the nickel 3-3 stack. This is a nickel 3-3-5 tight defensive playbook, and we're going to be running the cover 3 drop, which is a very good defense this year. I like cover 3. I like turning it into situations of a cover 3 cloud. I might drop a video out of this 3-3 double mug as well. If you guys want to see that, let me know down below in the comments. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button. It'd be much appreciated. It shows me that you're enjoying the content. Also, drop a like on this video as well. So we're going to be running the 3-3 stack. Now, personnel-wise with this defense, you can throw safeties at linebacker to get some better personnel out there. We'll just leave some of the linebackers because they're good. In this case, we are using Ohio State. But in normal cases, feel free to put safeties there just to get some more speed, some better coverage if they're going in coverage, that type of thing. It just kind of makes sense to do that. So hopping out on the field, what do we have? We have a simple cover 3 look. We have 2 hook rolls. We have a 3-rec hook. If you were to run this defense stock, it may not be just the worst. It may not be the worst defense on the planet. I mean, you see, the coverage was good on this play. Very solid coverage. Cover 3, I think, is the best shell in the game overall. Like even on offense, if it's something like this, drag, backside post, or backside like in route, you have a corner out over there. Like, it's going to be challenging to find things open. Now, the corner out was open. You probably would use that. But yeah, I mean, overall for a stock defense, it's not going to be bad. Considering stock defense is typically not something you want to use. So, how do we take that to the next level? I like using the cover 3 cloud. So, a cover 3 cloud defense is going to be pretty much cover 3 on one side, cover 2 on the other side. How do you run a cover 3 cloud? I think the best way to run a cover 3 cloud is to, first things first, you have to make it look like a cover 2. So, we're going to actually show 2. Now, if you guys are unfamiliar with that adjustment, pretty much what you do is you press Y or triangle, and then you push the left stick to the left, and that is going to show 2. Now it's going to give a cover 2 look versus showing 3 is going to look like this, which also kind of shows cover 1. So you're going to show 2. And what is this going to allow us to do? This is going to allow us to put A or X on PlayStation in a deep half. So now we have a true cover 3 cloud. Now, with these yellow zones, we have a lot here. We have a hook curl, we have a 3-rec hook, and we have another hook curl. So we have options. What do we like? I like this 3-rec hook. The CPU with this player, it's almost like another user. He plays very aggressively. He's going to jump on routes. He's going to bait almost your opponent into, throwing different routes. So we want to keep him. We want the CPU to actually use him. So we want to pick either one of these. Now, personnel-wise, depending on which side of the field we're thinking. So in this case, I'm going to probably want to use it this side because there's more space over here. I can run and defend the corner out if need be, that type of thing. I can defend a backside post with the X receiver. So what am I going to do with A? You can do a few different things. You could man him up on the running back. You could put him on a QB spy. You could just blitz it. You could move him over here. Just put him on a blitz if you want 4 people. So we'll just do something like this. Boom. We get quicker coverage. Or we get a quicker pressure. So that's, again, we're going to show 2. I like pressing my defense as well. Get those guys down a little bit lower. Then we have something like this. Now, personnel, what can we do? We can do different, we can, once again, do different type of things. So if he's running the ball on us really well, which, honestly, let's say we try and run the ball just to show off the run defense. This is stock defense. It's not easy to run the ball against this defense stock. It is not easy to run the ball. So, obviously, we're not necessarily in the craziest run set. If he's in I form, you're never going to come out in this defense. But just stock, it's pretty good run defense. So even with looking like this, it's going to be solid run D. So that's going to be the good part. Anyways, what can we do? We can also move these players over here. Now, this is going to sacrifice the run defense a little bit, but this is going to give us a little bit more freedom in the pass defense. So if it's a obvious passing situation, this gives us an opportunity to man up this linebacker on a tight end. It gives us the opportunity to man him up on a linebacker. So here's your double options. You can kind of pick a choice. Now, run defense wise, this is obviously, we mentioned it looks worse, but let's say we man him up on the running back. Man him up on the running back. We user over here. We run this defense like so, and boom. We end up getting quick pressure still. Now, is that just because we have a good D-line? Probably. Keep that in mind. This isn't going to be great pressure, so you want to mix it up with other blitzes and things like that. You don't want to sit in coverage necessarily every single play, because that's when they will start to make adjustments. And you really have to mix up your defense well in this game. You can't sit in the same coverage all the game long. So let's go with some other options. So let's say we don't want to show 2. We do want to keep it as a show 3. We kind of want to abandon the cover 3 look. What can we do? We could kind of turn it into a man coverage situation. So what I wouldn't hate doing is kind of playing a little matchup game. Let's just man everybody up on that side of the field. And if I want a little help, we go curl flat on that side, and then we have cover 3 on the left, man coverage on the right, and then I'm kind of worrying about helping out on any route that's coming left to right or in the middle of the field, because we have the curl flat over there. So we're worrying about like any little drag routes, things like this. This is a good defense to run. Specifically also if he was in some kind of a bunch defense. I don't know if we have bunch, but also I don't hate it against something like trips. Obviously if he motions over it, you could get problems, but let's say we press traditionally, we get a situation where we can just man both these players up. So I can just man up him on the running back, I can man up him on A. We get 2 man coverage guys, and then even if I wanted to, we could maybe move this guy over here. We still have the extra user, and in this case I'm going to I could even user the 3 rec. You could user the 3 rec, but we could go curl flat still over here. Then I can use over here. I could even man up X on B, again, assuming it's a safety. You're going to feel more comfortable manning these players up, or we could leave him in a hook curl. So some solid options that you're going to give yourselves. And I mean, you see we're getting solid pressure. That was even a 6-man blitz. We get some solid pressure there. That would have been a 7-man protection, or a 3-man protection, not blitz. But that's a different option. Going back to the cover 2 look, we can also go outside quarter on the left side. I like that to defend against things like corner outs a little bit better. So we go quad flat, deep half. If you want to double flat on the right, I don't hate that. If you want to put a hard flat over there on the left, you could go traditional double Mabel. If he's really hitting the outsides, you throw your flats at 5, you throw your curl flats at 25. This is going to be a solid defense. Now you're putting a lot of pressure on yourselves in the middle of the field. But if you have a good user, you can make plays happen. I wouldn't prefer to play defense like that, because the middle of the field is typically where people will try to attack anyways, just because I feel like that's a better way to run offense this year. But, it's certainly, there's different options for each play. So going back to a look like gun trips tight end, because gun trips tight end is something popular that you guys will see a lot online. So what is the best way to run defense against gun trips tight end out of a set like this? So if we wanted to show 2, what's the best way to kind of turn this into a better look? Immediately what I could do is I could just put B on a cloud flat, and we could go with the cover 3 cloud look. I kind of like this a lot against trips tight end, because I like having the cover 3 out there. It gives me the option to still have someone defending the seams. So if I wanted to, I could shift my linebackers left. That would move this guy over here. I could even maybe man him up on Y, or if I wanted to man up Y, we could put him in the curl flat from here. So then we could go curl flat over here. We could leave him over here. We could user this guy, but you could even play defense like this. You man up the slot corner. I could man up the running back. We could still play the situation where we man up the running back and the tight end over there. But, I mean, you just give yourself options. Like, you could play your defense like this. This is a solid option. And again, you really just have to watch the middle of the field over here. That's your most important thing. Or you keep it like this. You could still man him up if you'd like. If the running back, if you're catching up onto your opponent's tendencies, the running back's always going to the flat or something, you don't have to worry about him. Or if he's blocking a lot, you can start to make different adjustments. So I mean, that's solid defense. Now, are those routes kind of open? They could be. If you find situations where, and this is a really good offensive setup, by the way. This is one that I've posted before. We have a drag, we have a flat, we have a crosser, and then we have a corner out and streak. So over here we have the outside quarter. He gets strapped up. Obviously he was manned up, but the outside quarter would have done a pretty solid job over there. We have the curl flat as well. We have the drag, he's taken care of. Even if he's gets a little separation, we have the backside curl flat. And then over here, the running back, he's going to be slightly open. You could put the cloud flat on a little bit shorter zone drop, but even then, it's a pass. He's going to throw it probably right about here. It's a tackle. You live to fight another down. And then you have the crossover here, which you're going to probably want to user. We kind of fall asleep, but I mean, even then, as long as we defend him in the middle of the field, up until like right here, that's a tough throw. Your deep half can make a play on that ball. So, I mean, just an example of how to play coverage. And again, set your zone drops based on how he's playing. And let's say you did want to run the cover 2 on the other side, you could definitely do that. You could still run cover 2 over here. Now, is it a little bit more complicated? Yes, but you could just easily rotate the defense like so. And then maybe you just throw a curl flat. So you could easily run defense like this. Pretty much what I did is, if I came out and like that, obviously your easiest thing would be just to flip the defense. That's going to make your life a little bit easier, but well, let's say we don't want to because it can confuse things. We're going to show 2. We're going to put X on a cloud flat. We're going to press. We're going to put L1 on a deep half. So here it looks like this. We're going to put A on an inside third. And then we're going to just put A in a little curl flat over here. So now you have pretty much a similar situation just flipped, which can be solid. It gives you options. If you want a double Mabel on the left, this is what you're going to want to do. Assuming your curl flat, again, is at 20, 25 yards. That's going to defend corner routes. That's going to defend backside crossers with a tight end. Set up like this. Could be very solid. We have our defense over here. We snap the ball. Boom. We work over. If he throws that drag a little bit earlier, that's where he's probably going to pick up a decent amount of yards. But I feel like you guys see the point. Overall, this defense, very solid. You can get creative with it. You're not going to run it every play, which I mentioned. So don't be like, oh my God, this defense sucks because I ran it every play and then he hit me for a cover 3 beating touchdown. The good thing about cover 3 cloud is it does a good job of stopping those cover 3 beaters as well. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel once again down below, and peace. I'm out here.